Let's be honest, we live in a world where people constantly tell you that you need a team, a support system, or someone to hold your hand to get to where you want to be. And yes, there's value in community and connection, no doubt about it. But today I want to talk to you about something different, something most people won't tell you, the incredible transformative power of doing it alone. Because sometimes the path you're walking is one that only you can truly understand. Sometimes the only way to reach that next level, to become who you're truly meant to be, is to take that journey by yourself. You see, we're often taught to rely on others for validation, for guidance, for motivation. But what happens when those people aren't there? What happens when you find yourself alone, standing at the edge of a dream, with no one to push you, no one to cheer you on? That's the moment that truly tests who you are. That's when you find out if you have what it takes to keep moving forward, even when there's no one by your side. And let me tell you something, the people who achieve greatness are the ones who are willing to walk that road alone, to trust themselves when no one else does. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. Choosing to do it alone is one of the hardest things you will ever do. There will be moments of doubt, moments when it feels like the entire world is against you, moments when you wonder if you're crazy for even trying. But here's the thing, those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that build your resilience, your strength, and your inner fire. Because when you do it alone, you learn to trust yourself on a whole new level. You learn that you don't need anyone else to give you permission to be great. The beauty of doing it alone is that it forces you to become your own source of strength. You learn to motivate yourself when the going gets tough. You learn to pick yourself up when you fall. And most importantly, you learn to trust that inner voice that knows exactly what you need to do. The world may try to convince you that you're not enough on your own, but let me tell you, you are. You have everything within you to achieve your dreams, but only if you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and face the journey alone. Think about it, every great innovator, every trailblazer, every person who ever made a real difference in the world had to, at some point, go it alone. They had to break away from the pack, to trust their own vision, even when no one else could see it. They didn't wait for permission, they didn't wait for a cheerleader to come along. They made the decision to go after what they wanted with everything they had, even if it meant doing it solo. And that's what I want for you. I want you to understand that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to stand on your own 2 feet and say, I've got this. When you choose to do it alone, you take full ownership of your journey. You stop waiting for someone else to rescue you, to guide you, or to validate your dreams. Instead, you become your own guide, your own motivator, your own biggest supporter. That's where the real growth happens. That's where you step into your power. And the best part, when you reach your goal, when you achieve that thing you've been striving for, you get to look back and say, I did this. I made this happen. The pride, the satisfaction, the fulfillment that comes from that is like nothing else. So I'm challenging you today, stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect support system, or the perfect conditions. The only person you truly need is you. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be lonely at times. But it will also be the most empowering journey you will ever take. Trust yourself, believe in your vision, and go after it with everything you've got. Because at the end of the day, the person who will have the most impact on your success, your happiness, and your life is you. We often look outside of ourselves for motivation, waiting for someone to inspire us, for circumstances to align, or for a magical moment when everything feels just right. But here's the truth, if you're constantly depending on others or external factors to push you forward, you'll be waiting forever. Real motivation is an inside job. It's about waking up every morning with a fire in your belly that no one else can put out. When you decide to become your own source of motivation, you take back control over your life. It's no longer about what's happening around you, it's about what's happening within you. You have the power to ignite that fire and keep it burning, no matter what obstacles you face. Building your own motivation means learning how to set goals that truly matter to you, not just ones that sound impressive to others. It's about knowing what lights you up, what drives you, and what makes you feel alive. The key is to connect deeply with your why, the reason behind everything you're striving for. When that reason comes from within, it becomes unshakable. You're not pushing yourself to impress someone else, to fit into someone else's expectations, or to prove a point. You're doing it because you're committed to your own growth, your own vision, and your own dreams. And that kind of motivation, it's unstoppable because it's rooted in your deepest desires. The most powerful thing about being your own source of motivation is that it makes you resilient. When you can rely on yourself to stay driven, you become untouchable. You're no longer swayed by the highs and lows of life, by the opinions of others, or by the temporary setbacks that are bound to happen. When you're self-motivated, you learn how to pick yourself up when you fall, how to keep going when everyone else would quit. You become your own cheerleader, your own coach, and your own source of strength. And when you reach your goals, the victory will be even sweeter because you'll know that you did it not because someone pushed you, but because you pushed yourself. That's the kind of inner power that no one can take away. Every challenge you face is not a setback, but a setup for something greater. It's easy to view obstacles as roadblocks that slow you down or derail your progress. But the truth is, those very challenges are often the catalysts for your most significant growth. When life throws something difficult your way, it's not there to defeat you, but to stretch you beyond your comfort zone. The struggle, the discomfort, the failures, all of it is a part of the process that shapes you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It's in those moments of hardship that you find out what you're truly capable of. Embracing challenges as opportunities for growth transforms the way you approach everything in life. Challenges have a way of revealing your strengths, but they also expose the areas where you need to grow. When you face difficulties head on, you learn to adapt, to think on your feet, and to dig deep into your inner resources. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you're not just checking off a box, you're becoming more of the person you're meant to be. You're building a mindset that says, I can handle this, and with each hurdle you cross, you gather more evidence that you are stronger than you ever imagined. That's the kind of confidence that can't be faked. It's earned through facing life's toughest moments with courage. What if, instead of fearing challenges, you leaned into them? When you use challenges to fuel your growth, you turn pain into power. You take control of your narrative and refuse to let difficult circumstances define you. The truth is, growth rarely happens in comfort. It's the hard times that shape you, the struggles that force you to level up, and the failures that teach you invaluable lessons. When you begin to see challenges as stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks, you shift from a mindset of resistance to one of possibility. That shift can change everything, because once you embrace challenges as a source of growth, there's nothing you can't overcome. You embrace challenges as a source of growth, there's nothing you can't overcome. There's a voice inside you, a quiet whisper that knows what's best for you. But too often, we let that voice get drowned out by the noise of the world, the opinions of others, societal expectations, and the fear of making mistakes. Trusting yourself is about silencing that external noise and listening to your own intuition. This is the hardest thing to do in a world that's constantly trying to tell you who to be and how to live. But the truth is, no one knows you better than you. When you learn to trust yourself, you unlock a power that no one can take away. It's like giving yourself permission to be exactly who you are, unapologetically. Self-trust isn't just about making decisions, it's about owning those decisions, even if they turn out differently than expected. You see, trusting yourself means believing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. It's about understanding that you have the wisdom, resilience, and strength to face whatever comes your way. When you trust yourself, you stop second-guessing every step you take. You start to realize that you don't need everyone's approval or advice to move forward. You have everything you need within you, the courage, the insight, and the clarity to make the best choices for your life. And that kind of trust in yourself, that's freedom. But here's the secret: trusting yourself doesn't mean you'll never doubt or question your path. It means you'll have the courage to move forward anyway, even if the road is uncertain. It's about taking leaps of faith, knowing that whatever happens, you'll find a way to land on your feet. The more you trust yourself, the more you'll see doors open that you never imagined. You'll take risks that others are too afraid to take. You'll venture into unknown territory, and you'll grow in ways that only happen when you follow your own inner compass. Trusting yourself is the foundation of every great thing you will ever do, because it's the belief that come what may, you've got this. So here's the final lesson I want you to take away. There's a strength that only comes from walking your path alone. It's a strength that can't be given to you, taught to you, or handed down by anyone else. It's something you have to earn through the choices you make, through the challenges you face, and through the moments when you choose to keep going, even when there's no one there to cheer you on. When you do it alone, you learn to rely on the most powerful force you'll ever have, yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who will have to live with your decisions. You are the one who will have to face the mirror and see whether or not you gave it everything you had. And let me tell you, there's nothing more liberating, more empowering than knowing you faced your fears, you took the leap, and you achieved something incredible, not because someone else pushed you, but because you pushed yourself. So don't be afraid to walk alone. Don't be afraid to trust yourself, to follow that inner voice, even when it's just a whisper. Because that's where your true power lies. That's where your greatest achievements are waiting. Do it alone if you must, but above all, just do it. Because you are more than capable of turning your dreams into reality, one bold, fearless step at a time.